Whether you're a truck driver, a college student, or a businessman that travels all over the country, being homesick is a real thing. And it happens. It happens to all of us, whether we want to admit to it or not. And it's not the most macho thing to say. But there are 5 things you can do to really help with being homesick. I'm going to tell you what those are right now. Make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to give you 3 very unhealthy things that you can do when you're homesick. All right? So number 1, have a hobby. When you're away from home, have something that you can do to consume your time, because time is your enemy when you're homesick. So make sure that you have a hobby. Number 2, stay in contact with the people at your house or whoever you're homesick from. Watch shows with them, have conversations with them, even texting them will always help enough to be able to get you through. Number 3, now this one I wouldn't advise that you do, but I talked to a friend of mine and this is what he told me. He said, at the end of the conversation, have an argument with them. It makes you miss them less for a short period of time. Sorry, I want to interrupt this real quick. Just to remind you of a couple things. If you want to become a member on my channel, go do it now. There are some great perks. I do put out videos occasionally, not as often as I probably should, but I do put out videos occasionally letting you know, things that are going on in my life if you want to get to know me personally. I do have a merch store down below. Make sure you check that out. And if you want to support my channel in any other way, you can use Cash App, which is $Driving with John, or like I said, become a member. At the end of this video, there will be a video link to this. Go watch that. That supports me also. Really appreciate all of you guys' support, and we'll see you on the flip side of that here at a time. Number four, think about why you're away from home. As a truck driver, we're out here to make money. If you're a businessman, the same thing. Or if you're in college, you know what? You're trying to better your life so that in the future you can be better off. So that should drive you to be able to do more of what you're doing to be better for you and your family. Number 5, take those emotions that you're feeling about being homesick and pour them into whatever you're doing while you're away. Now, for me, I'm a truck driver, so I pour them into driving a truck, learning about driving trucks, learning about content creation, because I do make YouTube videos, which is my hobby. All of those sorts of things. You take that emotion and you pour it into what you're working on. It will help with the homesick feeling. Now, there are a few things that you can do that are very unhealthy. So I'm going to give you 2 or 3 of them right now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you 3 of them right now. So the first one that you can do is obvious, kind of like duh, but I'm going to list it because there are people that will fall into this trap. Use substances outside of what you should be using to control those feelings. And you know what I mean by that, but I'm on YouTube, so I can't really say it. But you know exactly what I mean. Number 2, take those feelings and turn them into anger or resentment. Don't want to do that. It's going to hurt your family. It's going to hurt yourself. It's going to make you a very miserable person. So you definitely don't want to do that. And the number 3 thing that you don't want to do when you're homesick, and this was part of my top 5, is start an argument with a loved one so you don't miss them. That is a very unhealthy and destructive thing to do. So you want to make sure that you don't do that. Guys, always remember, truckers are people too. Thank you for watching. Driving with John is coming through!